Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. And so I was doing the verse of the day for a little while, and I think those were great, but the thing is those tend to get repetitive. There's only 365 days in a year, and U version, that was where I was getting the verse of the day from. Sometimes they would reuse the same scriptures, and I really want to, go more into expounding on my own spiritual walk with God and any scriptures that I read myself, not just what they have for that day. And so, yeah. I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Lil Nas X situation some more. Okay, so I know in my video yesterday, I was like, we definitely need to pray for him, which I did last night. The thing is, people right now, believers, Christians, are reacting the same way they did when he first came out as gay. And now let's talk about this. Being gay, whether it's a sin or not, does not condemn somebody to hell. So everybody who condemned him to hell is wrong in the first place. That's first of all. Now, when it comes to the music video, I read the comments, and a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus community feel like this is a big step in the gay community, the queer community. They feel like Lil Nas X opened a lot of doors for LGBTQ plus people. And I think, if you clicked on this video, you clicked on this video. I'm going to give you, it's not my opinion. This is based on actual evidence. I'm a black person, so speaking from a minority standpoint, I actually understand this. Where exactly was LGBTQ plus lacking representation in Hollywood? I get it when it comes to putting certain things out there, but Hollywood's run by gay people. Like, when you go to California, when you go to LA, it's gay people everywhere. So them feeling like there's a lack of representation, I don't know where that's coming from. That's very confusing to me. Now, when it comes to actual black people, like maybe black gays, black queers, okay, I can kind of understand that a little more. But here's the thing, though. With the music video, this was beyond just being gay. This is beyond that. He's literally pole dancing into hell and giving Satan the lap dance and gyrating on him, not just a lap dance, because even strippers don't do that much, and they get paid to not do as much as what he did on Satan's lap. And so as far as it going beyond just being gay, he could, like, the setting could have been anything, because the story is him talking to 14-year-old Montero, which is his name. I learned that from Ralph Smart's video. And so talking to young Montero, basically saying, like, I'm going to let our voice be heard about being gay. Okay, I understand where he's coming from with that, because people are so hateful towards gay people. So I can understand that. But making a statement is very different from blaspheming God, blaspheming the Holy Spirit, blaspheming believers and their faith. The setting could have been anything. So it could have been, go ahead, start the video in, the Garden of Eden, basically representing innocence. And so then transitioning, he could have done a thing where it's like the Garden of Eden, and then you transfer into the 3D world, whereas like it's real life. You got like, he's going to school with people and they're making fun of him for being gay or whatever, or just something, or he's actively trying to hide being queer. And then he gets older, and the setting could be like he's at, a Hollywood party, and then he gets to freely express being gay, or he gets to go to a gay bar, or like He dresses up like a queen. Like, he did the whole Nicki Minaj cosplay for, I think it was Halloween. I mean, there's so many other ways to express being gay. Giving Satan a lap dance is not that. Like, I get it, the whole y'all damn me to hell anyway, so let me enjoy the ride. I get it, but no. No. And the people in the comment section being like, this opened up so many doors. I don't recall any doors being closed for gay people in Hollywood. Like, that's just not something that I quite understand. So that, and then he tweeted about the somebody like redid the Satan shoe. If you don't know about the Satan shoe too, I will reiterate this. The shoe is not a problem. Even putting the scripture on there. Okay. Put the star of Satan on there. All right. They used human blood in the shoe though. So not only are you blaspheming and making a mockery of the faith, you are also sacrificing humans to it. So, I mean, that's creepy. Not just creepy, but like, that's an actual ritual. Like, somebody who studied and come out of witchcraft, that's witchcraft. And anyone who buys the shoe will be performing witchcraft, and wears the shoe will definitely be performing witchcraft. Like, that's real. That's not just, oh, it's just marketing. He just wants to sell shoes. No. This is beyond money. This has nothing to do with money. I doubt they would do this much just for money. This is something else. This is more than just, I'm going to make millions of dollars. He already had millions of dollars. He has millions of fans. This is way beyond finances. And so, yeah. He did a tweet about, like, somebody had recreated his shoe and put Chick-fil-A on there instead, and put John 3:16 on there instead, basically making it like the Jesus shoe. And then he retweeted it and was like, here, we decided to make these. You happy? And while people can find it funny, it's just so, like, it's he's getting so much attention from this. Like, this is, I don't think people even understand, like, I don't even know what else to say. This is, I think this is new territory, and the traditional way of religion isn't going to penetrate what's needed to get to. So, like, when, if it's like, what could have worked probably a few years ago, as far as him coming out, and then Christian people going up to him and being like, oh, we love you. We accept you for you, but we will pray for you and hope that you get delivered from your sin. That won't work anymore. It's going to be something, it's going to have to be something else. A lot of interceding, a lot of just, I don't mean to be esoteric when I say this, but like exorcism. Not just him too, like it's something deep within the music industry itself, and including the gospel industry. I was watching New Breed to the World Over. I was watching his channel, and he was doing a live stream on Ty Tribbett, and he was talking about how they wanted him to do things that he was uncomfortable with. And it's like, this is the gospel music industry. Like, why is the gospel music industry so, is it congruent, so parallel to the mainstream music industry? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. We are supposed to be doing God's work, and like not just God's work, but it's supposed to be like pure, like free from imperfections. And the way that the music is getting out is done through demonic forces. I don't think that makes sense. Like, conscious rap, I get it. You know, like if they still cuss in their music, or they still talk about sex or whatever in their music, but it's still like on a high vibrational level, then I get it when it goes through the regular music industry or whatever. But if you're going to say you make gospel music and you're going through the demonic music system, that doesn't make any logical sense. So, kudos to Ty Tribbett. I feel like some more things are going to be happening when it comes to the gospel music industry or just Christianity in general, because it's been a mess. Like, it's really been a mess. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to how many people in Lil Nas is and my age group who leave the church because of dumb stuff like this. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, I haven't all the way left the church because I still support my church. But the thing is, like, a lot of us just aren't religious anymore. And I think that's a good thing. But you can get into a tricky spot when you become not religious. You become spiritual because it's like, okay, what type of spiritual are you? Are you still a believer in Jesus Christ? Or are you spiritual and you do other stuff that the Bible says that we shouldn't do? So we're in that weird area. Like, we're really just like, I don't know how to express it. Like, well, I mean, it's so many different things. It's so many different things. So, like, I noticed also that all this happened and it's a full moon right now. So it's like, did Lil Nas X and his team do this on purpose for the full moon energy? Because that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Or is this a coincidence and it happened to happen on the full moon energy? I don't know. Because I can't say that. Because here's the thing. Millionaires study trends. Billionaires study astrology. With a trend, you don't know what the trend is going to be. And it could be a thing and you have to hurry up and you have to do something. When you follow astrology, you can know weeks, months, years ahead. And you could do whatever you were already going to do. You just plant it at the right time. And you don't need to know what the trend is because your thing will be the new trend based off of the energy of the earth. It goes deep, man. I don't know who his team is. I really don't want to look into Lil Nas X that much, but with all this stuff going on, I know I had to speak on it and give a different perspective than what a lot of people are giving. A lot of people are really like, oh, he's mocking us. He's doing this. He's doing that. Well, look at what happened. Like, I don't think people are looking at the timeline. He is such a young man. He is not in his late 20s. He's like is he barely a teenager? Let me see real quick. Oh, and it also says that Nike's suing Lil Nas X over the shoe. I mean, hey. Yeah, he's 21. He just turned 21. Like, he just turned 21, like, a few days ago. His birthday... Oh, no. He's about to be 22. My bad. But no, he's about to be 22 in, like, a week and a half. His birthday's on April 9th. He's a freaking Aries. So yeah, anyway, he's very young. And so when it comes to anyone who's younger than me, I was born in 97. He was born in 99. So when it comes to anyone who's younger than me, I already know the type of stuff that they're dealing with, and they're dealing with it way worse than me. So the way that they react, it doesn't faze me too much because it's like, because it's coming from so many generations before us, and they're just getting it. They're getting it. And it's like, this is the problem. It's not, how can you be born and be a problem? Like, there are so many people, young people I know, who feel rejected just for being here. And so, this is going to be, I think this is, it's going to be a big thing continuing. It's not just a big thing that's happening. It's going to be something to continue and to continue to be in the news. Like I said, Nike's suing. So there's a whole lawsuit now about to happen. So, yeah. I also just wanted to say, like, I've been having more weird dreams and different things to happen. And it's getting, I can't say scary because I'm not, like, afraid for my life or anything. But it's just, like, in a way it's annoying because it's like, I didn't want to know that. Or, oh, I didn't want to think about this person this way. Because I don't want to think about a person based off of, like, something that didn't happen in the 3D world, in the physical world, in the Matrix. But at the same time, I have to listen and see what's up. Because if I don't and I completely ignore it, then something could happen and it could take me off guard because I ignored it. And so now that I have been warned, if something happens, it's not like, oh, well, it's not like I didn't tell you. It's more like a thing of, hey, this is what I was talking about type of thing. So even if what happened in the dream didn't exactly happen, something similar either will or could happen. And I have to make sure I pay attention to the signs of that. And so I'm in this weird situation where, like, to be honest, I just want to see how things happen. I don't want to put myself in a dangerous situation, but at the same time, I don't want to risk anything. So I do want to, like how you find out somebody's been lying about you and you pretend like you don't know that they were lying about you behind your back to other people, and you keep talking to them to see what they're going to say. And then from that situation, you're like, okay, cool. And then you cut them off after, or you start treating them different after. It's kind of like that. I've been given the spiritual tea, and I don't want them to know that I have the spiritual tea. I just want to test them and see if they're going to be honest. But that's only if God allows it. Sometimes God doesn't allow you to do certain things. And so, and understand too, when it comes to free will, yes, you can do whatever you want, but sometimes God doesn't allow a lot of things. Like, it's interesting. So it's like, say you want to send somebody a text, God will block the text from going through. So even though you tried to do it with your free will, he was like, nope. So it's like that. So yeah, it's been real. It's been interesting. I'm reading the book of Romans right now, and it's really talking about, I think that's why I'm in this vibration of love so much with this Lil Nas X situation. Like, I am really not feeling any hatred towards him at all. All I have is sympathy and empathy, because who knows what's going on with him off the camera. And like, he's had like, sarcastic jokes about his label taking his phone away, about them forcing him to make certain posts. And I'm like, I don't know if that's sarcasm. It sounds funny, but that's how a lot of kids are in my age group. They just sound funny and they make everything a joke because they don't know what else to do. Or they know that if they make it a joke, that's the only way they're going to be able to say it publicly. I don't know. I'm going to continue to pray for him and pray for the youth. Y'all, we should start like a Gen Z prayer line or something. I'm going to talk to my sister about it. They already have Zoom calls, I think, every Sunday. And I think I'm going to join those and invite you guys to that. But, we need to pray for our generation, man. I'm not saying that millennials, Gen Xers, and baby boomers can't pray for our generation as well. But to be honest, a lot of y'all are the reason why a lot of this damage has been done. I don't see how anybody who's 25 years or younger can have a real impact on what's been happening in their life right now. Like, I don't even, like, my ex-husband that's going through this divorce, I don't hate him for it, because I'm like, he wasn't raised properly. He wasn't raised in a healthy environment to have a fulfilling marriage and relationship. So I'm not going to be upset with him for this situation happening. Like, it is what it is. Our generation was really given the short end of the stick, and it's no one's fault but those before. But I mean, it is what it is. So I just say that to say, no animosity, no hatred towards anybody who's part of the older generations. But I just think that this needs to be something that we do together. Not against you guys, but we need to heal together. Oh gosh, Derek Jackson. But as our age group comes together with knowing our own lingo, knowing our own situations, not judging each other based off of that, it's just a different vibe. It's a different vibe, because when there's older people around, look, if you're older and you're watching me right now, I can guarantee you there are so many things that your children are not telling you. Like, there's kids on TikTok doing things that I know their parents don't know that they're doing. There's kids who confide in me who don't share the things that they share with their parents. I have one young gentleman, he's a Hebrew brother, and he tells people that I'm his spiritual mother because he doesn't have a good relationship with his mom. And so he can talk to me about certain things and he can't talk to his mom about it. And it's like, it's that serious where there's young people who can't talk to their parents, who are reaching out to other people who have some sense and understand and don't judge off of what's going on. It's getting kind of scary, honestly. There's another situation where I know someone who's a young person and they identify as transgender and they can't tell their parent because they're afraid of what their parent's going to do and say. Like, it's just the fact that children can't talk to their parents about anything right now, man. It's very scary because a lot of parents are going to be taken off guard. Like with this Lil Nas X situation, it's going to cause a lot of issues in people's homes. That looks ugly back there, but it's okay. I'm finna go, y'all. I've been talking for a long time. I'm just very passionate about this situation because it directly affects my generation more so, because a lot of people who are older, like when you're past 30, you're not really concerned about the new things going on. You're already living your life. You already have your third dimensional situation set already. Me, I'm constantly updating my operation based off of how my generation reacts, because I know I'm not going to make a lot of money, at least a whole bunch, I guess, from the older generations. My business is more so catered towards people who are coming up, people who are just becoming adults, people who are just getting into the real estate investing industry. I know I'm mostly targeting them. So, but it is what it is. Pray for everybody, man. Of course, pray for your family, pray for your church if you have one. If you're a Hebrew, pray for your camp. Just pray for those around you, man. Because it's getting serious out here. It's been serious, but it's just, y'all see things accelerating even more. I'm not emotionally triggered by it. I'm looking at it from a logical standpoint. Like, and if anything, if you watch American Horror Story, or if you have watched it, I think it's season 8. Watch season 8. It's called Apocalypse. And I just watched it. God had me watch it. He had me watch the other one. What's it called? Election Day or something? Something. I forgot. But it was the one about the election. And he had me watch that one sometime, I think, after Trump was elected. And I was like, ooh. So that's what's going on. And, that's exactly what happened. So then I watched the Apocalypse episode. I'm like, the season. I'm like, okay, so that's what's going on. Understand that Luciferians want this. They want Satan to come. They're going to do everything in their human power to make sure that the Antichrist reigns the earth. That is their mission. That is what they are doing. I had a conversation with my friend about this yesterday. He was like, the same way people, I had a conversation with somebody, the same way people worship God is the same way that people worship Satan. I was like, yeah, yes. There's people on both sides. And that's not talking about the witches and warlocks either. Even though a lot of them are witches and warlocks. And pray for everybody, man. If you're an intercessor, I'm calling all intercessors. Because this is just the beginning. Shalom, royalty. I see you in the next one.